Hey guys, I'm Nick May from the Business Brush. Today we're going to be talking about problem customers. Stay tuned. All right, so we've all had those calls. The customer calls, they're upset about something. And at this point, we don't know if it's an actual real problem or if it's something that can be solved very easily. And I will be completely honest and transparent. I have not been the best at this over the years. I remember this one time, a customer actually came into my office and we were talking about her project and she was really irritated about something. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I think I said something to the effect that she was stupid. Needless to say, she got up, she stormed out, and I never worked for her again. So it's super important that we keep our calm and we don't overanalyze or get really emotional. That's probably the biggest problem that happens with us. You know, a lot of people say it's not personal, it's just business. Well, we own the company. And I always think it's all personal because it's personal to me. It's my baby. I started this thing from the ground up. Whenever anybody says anything negative about my company or my employees, I get very defensive, kind of like a mama bear. So when you get the call, or maybe your office gets the call, or you get the email or the voicemail, because a lot of times we're not answering our phones, right? So what I want you to do, and this has worked for me, is you take a deep breath and you pause. And you just remind yourself that everything is going to be okay. And then when you call them, you have to listen. A lot of times, things just need to be heard. A lot of times, customers don't understand something, and you always have to go back to the facts as well. So keep emotions out of it. We had a customer just the other day that came to pick up some cabinet doors that were painted in our shop, and they live hours away from here. And what happened was they came and the doors weren't done properly, or at least they didn't believe they were done properly. And what it came down to is, well, we had a problem in the office. Somebody didn't mark down that they wanted us to patch holes, and they weren't understanding of how our process went with painting the cabinet doors. Now this could go really bad because we didn't have them done correctly. They had asked us to do something. Our office did make a mistake. We didn't get emotional about it. We went back to figure out the facts. On the original estimate that they signed off on, it did not include hole patching. So we looked at that, but there was a verbal agreement between my office and the customer that this is something we were going to do. So we had to charge them for hole patching, but we did not recharge them for painting the cabinet doors because we had made a mistake. So after going through it methodically, everything worked out. The customer wasn't super upset. I'm sure they were pretty disappointed that they drove several hours, but we handled the situation. It doesn't always go that way. Sometimes people get very upset because they thought that a color was going to cover in 2 coats. Well, in our contract, we state how many coats we're going to put on, because when we do an estimate, probably just like you, we don't know what color is going to go on the wall. We have to specify in detail. You have to be very diligent to specify exactly what you're doing so that problems don't arise. And when you do have a problem with a customer, you have to go back to those facts. Now, we are able to record phone calls too, because we've had problems where customers have accused our office or people on the phone of saying certain things. So in Colorado, only one person on the phone call needs to know that the recording is being recorded. But that's another way that we cover our ass, right? Because people are going to accuse, people are going to try and say, or sometimes it's not intentional. Sometimes they don't remember. This is our world. We remember the details a little bit better, but sometimes homeowners have a lot of things going on and they don't necessarily remember those details. What you need to do as much as you possibly can is document. Document, document, document in any way you possibly can. So that way, when there is a disagreement, you just point back to the email, the voicemail, or how you said you're going to do it. And let me be clear to you, the paint contractor, if you were not clear, if you were ambiguous, if there is a gray area, you need to side with the customer. You need to say, you know what? I didn't communicate what I was going to do clearly enough, so I'm going to take care of this for you. And 90% of the time, these things are going to take care of the problems. Sometimes you're going to have a customer that is just irate, and we can't do anything about it. You do the best you can to appease the customer, but at the end of the day, you are a business owner, and we can't just do work because they want us to do work for free. Repaint their house. They don't like the color. That's not your fault. So you have to have a lot of sign-off sheets. You have to have a lot of documentation. And those things, documentation and being clear, will avoid so many problems. Hey, thanks for watching today. Would you do me a favor? Would you comment below? Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And would you please share this on either Instagram or Facebook or even LinkedIn? Now, if you're interested in growing your business, and I think that you are, you could also listen to our podcast, The Business Brush, on either iTunes or Stitcher or anywhere podcasts can be downloaded. I'm Nick May from The Business Brush. See you next time.